Hi, everyone. I want you to ask yourself a question. I want you to ask yourself if you have ever parented out of an emotional need for yourself. I think we all have as moms, but I want to dive into this subject today. So, for those of you that are new here, I just want to welcome you. My name is Sally Harris, and I am a mom who walked a difficult road with my own daughter for over 10 years. And all the while her life was spiraling out of control, mine did the same. And it does not have to be that way. So I get to help moms now walk that road, that season that we don't plan for. So let's dive into this subject. Emotional buttons, we all have them. Some of ours are going to be very similar and some are very, differing. But one thing that we have in common is that our kids know how to push our emotional buttons. I mean, let's be real. If you think back to when you were a child, didn't you do that to your parents? I know I did. And, when you're trying to get something from them, you push those emotional buttons. So let's talk about those today. So right now, I think our culture has over the last few generations where compared to like when I was a kid, my mom didn't do things for me that I did for my own kids. I think our kids are becoming a little more, a little needier, and we tend to do more for them, which they technically could do for themselves. And it's interesting how that has kind of changed over the generations, but one thing that definitely has not changed, and that's the fact that we have these emotional buttons. So let's talk about that. The first one is fear. If you are a mom who is a worrier, which a lot of you are, and I know I was too, you have a fear button, and our kids know how to play that, right? Because if they can push our emotional buttons, then they're going to more than likely have a better chance at getting what they're looking for, whether it be money or, if they're still at home and under 18 or whatnot, and they're wanting to go to a concert or they're wanting to go do something. They're going to push these buttons to manipulate us to give in. And so fear is the first button, because when we operate out of fear, we tend to give in, right? So another one is hope. We always tend to hope that there will, next time it's going to turn out better. The next one is exhaustion. We tend to give up and give in faster because we're tired. And for those of you that have more than one child, or you raised your kids, and some of you are raising your grandkids, so that exhaustion button is definitely there. Another one is guilt. That's something that a lot of moms deal with, and just blaming themselves for anything and everything that could have gone wrong, which really makes me sad that so many of you are still dealing with that. And that's something that I'm going to definitely be addressing in my group coaching. So stay tuned for that. But the other button is sympathy. Sympathy is we feel sorry for them. Maybe they were, shunned by a friend, or their boyfriend or girlfriend broke up with them, or whatever. We feel sorry for them, and then we tend to give in more. And lastly is one that I hope you're not dealing with, but I know a lot of moms do, and that's feeling intimidated, because sometimes, you moms feel threatened by your own kids, and that's not a place to be, but it's real. And so I just wanted to throw that one in there because it is real, and some of you are dealing with that. So those are the different emotional buttons, and I'm just curious, which one are you? Which one are you? Which ones are your triggers? Which buttons? Because our kids know what they are. And so the key is to making ourselves aware of what they are, and so we can react differently, and not so quickly when they start trying to trigger us using that. So I hope that helps. For those of you that are interested in ongoing group coaching, I created a new membership, and that starts in July. And if you are interested in that, I want you to reach out at the email below. It doesn't open until July, but I can put you on a list, and I'd be happy to talk to you about that. So that would be really exciting. We're going to be doing 8 hours a month of group coaching, 2 hours a week, 8 hours a month. And that's just something that got feedback from a lot of moms who I did group coaching with, where the 4 hours that we were doing was not enough. It felt good at the moment, but then people would fall off because we weren't staying in touch. And so it's really important to have that community and keep it going. So you moms have exactly what you need in the process. So I hope that helps, and I'll see you next time.